Victor, I'm here with a new painting tutorial, and now it's time to paint the Techpriest as well from Escalation. So this kit is great. We have a lot of very different miniatures, and each one is like the good guy's character. So it's a kit that if you like to paint, you can really enjoy. So we are going to paint here the Techpriest. Okay, and I'm going to follow the colors from the basic colors that we know from these guys. Okay, so as you can see, I have put it in the base. So I'm going to start first doing the red of the cloak. That is typical. I'm going to go for the typical color of the Mechanicum. So red cloak, and then the other parts in metallics that will combine iron, steel, and gold. So I'm going to use corn red. Okay, although I want to go for quite a darker color, and I have put green stuff here in these joints because they are quite open. So we're going to apply this. Let's down a little bit the paint, and we're going to apply this on. As you can see, I have removed the backpack, and this is to facilitate the painting of this guy. Okay, and the pocket, I'm hesitating. I think I will leave it in to paint it in a different color, maybe in a leather color or something like that. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, so I apply this as a base color, and then I will be back for the next step. So red has been done. As you can see, I remove him from the base because it will help me to have access to this part, and this is why I'm doing now black with Corvus black. Okay, it's and then as you can see as well, I forgot to mention before, the backpack. No, I think I said, but the backpack I keep it separated, and we're going to put the backpack later on. We have to be careful because I see that the antenna is a little bit tilted. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's put Corvus black here. Okay, that in reality the Corvus black is dark gray. And we are going to do the inside, and I will do as well this type of thing that we have there. Okay, so I apply Corvus black, and I'm back. Okay, this is how it looks like when we have applied the black. Okay, and now we are going to apply the Racker flesh just on the face because it's the only part of the. So this one, Racker flesh. Okay, so we're going to apply this on the skin. The only part where we have skin on this guy, it's mainly the face. Good. And while this is drying, now I'm going to use iron breaker. We are going to apply the metallics. Okay, this will go in a lot of parts, starting from here. Okay, and we'll go on I will apply all the places, even where I want gold. I will apply this color. Okay, we're going to play later on with contrast paints to give the gold, bronze, and steel colors. Okay, I will do as well the corrugate tubes. I know that the Games Workshop is doing this more on black, but we are going to make them, as I said, I'm going to apply all the metallics. You can see the backpack is not attached to the miniature. This is to help me to do all these different parts. Okay, so I will apply this on all the parts where I want gold almost all. This part on the tab art I will not do it, but I will do that, and then I'm back for the next step. Okay. Next step, I'm going to use Raglan Flay Shade on the face. So like that. I try to put some shading on the eye. Okay, something like that. We need to wait until this dries, but while this is drying, we are going to do these tubes here. Okay, and I'm going to use not more than one lining. I'm going to use the Aethermatic Blue. I'm going to apply this one here. We are going to do a second layer later on. And now I'm going to use light brown. Okay, the reason I'm using light brown is because I want to apply it later on darker color. So I'm going to use scrag brown on all the parts where I want to do the leather. Okay, so this means all the bells and pockets we have all around, and yeah, even if there is a spot or something like that, like this one, I will go over. Okay, so I will do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Retributor Armor. We are going to apply this on the border of this border. Okay, and we are going to do this quite tricky, but it's just like the going to apply as little pressure as you can. As you can see, you need to follow the engraved details. It's engraved in the mold, here it's the opposite. Okay, and I try to go with the brush a little bit horizontal, trying to use the side of the brush because then it's easier to control where you apply the paint. It's important that is not too liquid, okay, it's not too thin, that then flows out of the detent. In that case, you need to be a little bit thin, but not too much. Okay, you see? And we are going to do the border as well. So I finished to the borders of this and this and the details, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to use Tire Sand to do some of the cables, tubes that he has around. For example, this one. Okay. This one and some that we have on the backpack. Okay. So I do that and I will back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to paint the eye on this guy. Okay. So I'm using black. And I put it here in the eye. Okay, now I will use white. Okay, now I go back to black. And we are going to go back to record flip sheet and clean up around. Okay, use again recline flip sheet. Sorry, recon flash, not flash sheet, record flash. I was meaning. Sorry, record flash. I want to give a pale look to this guy. Okay, like a flash with the nose. This will give a greyish look to the skin. That is what we want to give to these guys of the mechanical. Okay, next I'm going to do quite a important wash. I'm going to wash with aqua air shade. Now I'm going to do another thing first. I just change opinion. I'm going to use now Zygor brown, and we are going to apply this on all the parts where we have applied before the scarlet brown. Okay, I'm using this because it has more intensity, and I want this to look much darker. Okay, and as we have applied before the scrag brown, we are going to have quite a dark base, so this will give quite a nice undertone. We have to be careful that it's not flowing out of the area where we have the pockets. Okay, you can see this will give quite an interesting tonality. I prefer to do that than the wash with Aglex air sheet, because the Aglex air sheet will be too transparent and I want this to look darker. So when I applied the scrag brown, I had this in mind. The way I have matched, you can see we have quite a dark brown. That is what I'm looking here. Okay, so I'm going to do this on all the brown parts, and this includes, for example, the handles of these tools. Okay, and as you can see, I try to do it with quite a good control, so I'm not dirtying other parts that I don't want to have. I want to paint in a different color. Okay, so I do that on all the browns and I'm back. Next step, I'm going to use Aglex air shade and I'm going to wash the red. Okay. This is what I was saying, that you can see the Aglex air shade is much more transparent because it's much more thin or dilute. So this is why I wanted to use a contrast paint to put on the leather parts. Okay, so we're going to apply this. I'm not going to do as well these tubes we did before. Okay, I try to avoid to go too much into the metal. If you go a little bit, is not a problem. But I try to avoid to go too much into the metallics, and here I try to be careful that I don't go into the face. Okay. We are going to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to wait that this dries before doing the next. So you do that, and I finished applying this on all the red, and I'm back for the next step. The next step, I'm going to apply, it's not fully dry, but it's quite good. I'm going to apply Black Templar into this type of cable there. And you can see how nicely Black Templar gives the shading. Okay. We have already the shade done. Nice. And we do the same on the other side. Okay. Next step, I'm going to use snake bite leather. Go to the smaller brush. We are going to start doing the golden parts. Okay. I'm going to do the gold. I like a lot to use. You can use. I prefer snake bite leather. We are going to apply it in the places where we want to have gold. Let's put example the mechanicum symbol. Okay, so I go. I apply this one over the mechanicum symbol. Okay, and you can see we have a nice shaded gold. Of course, later on we will need to work a little bit to make it more interesting, more bright, but it's good. So we can do, for example, this type of this thing here. It's like a sensor or burner. Okay, and we do the element we want in gold. The element I want to have in gold, I will do it with the snake bite leather. This way, because I applied, the reason that I applied the gold, like the silver or the iron breaker in that case, everywhere. Okay, here I can go a little bit darker. Okay, we can do the part, for example. Let's do this ball. And here is up to everyone what you want to put in gold and what you want to keep in silver. Okay, so it's up to everyone. I suggest to make some elements in goldish colors to give some variation and break a little bit the uniformity of the color. Okay, so I will do that and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use a thermatic blue again, and I'm going to give a blue glowing or blue tonality on the weapon coil or this part here. Okay. And we are going to give no blue all around. Something like that. And I will do the same at this part of the weapon. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Griff Charger Gray, and I will apply this on all the metallics. Okay, let's start with the backpack. And this one you will see that will give a very nice shading and will make all your metallic to look quite interesting. Okay, give this blue tint. Later on we are going to differentiate some parts applying even non-oil to make some parts darker, but this I will apply quite all over the parts, of course avoiding the parts where we have done the goldish colors. Okay, I'm going to do this. Here as well. Okay, so I'm going to do this on all the metallics, and I will be back for the next one. Okay, this is how it looks like now. What we have done, we have applied the glyph charger. We have here as well the backpack. Okay, and I will stop here as part 1, and I will continue on a part 2 where we are going to do all the details and highlights. So I hope you have liked what you have seen up to now. Please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this video. Share if you think other people can be interested in painting this one. And this is useful for any person painting Mechanicus type of unit. So in this case it's the Techpriest from the Blackstone Fortress, but any this can be used as well with the Mechanicum faction. So that's all for now. Please give a like if you have liked this one. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.